And so, the time had come for Lovejoy to pass on the word.
Oh, what a horrible voice to do. Hi. Hello there. It's me, Lovejoy. Last episode, innit? You know. Wow, I went very British with that one. Yeah, it's our last one. What are we going to do? We've just got to finish off this little area. And yeah, then it's done. And we pass it on to, who will it be? I'll tell you later. Oh, I hiccuped. I failed. My face, my body failed. I'm gonna build where it's safe. What are we building today, I hear you ask? Well, if you just stop talking for a second and let me get a word in edgeways, I'll tell you. So, we've got these green things and the pink things. Together, they make green and pink things. I don't know. They're like kind of opposite on the colour spectrum, I think. Kinda, well, dark green and pink is. Because green is opposite to, what's green opposite? Hang on. So you've got red at the top, say for example, then yellow here, then blue here. So here is green. Oh, red. Yeah, Christmas. Yay! That's what it's opposite. Green and red. Christmas. Done. So, the other two is orange and purple. If you're using that color wheel, if that's the artist color wheel, not that you can see what I've just pointed at. If you're using, right. Hang on a second. Here's the thing. So there's two color wheels in the way that I see it. So you've got the artist color wheel in which the primary colors are red, green. No, they're not. Where the primary colours are red, blue, and yellow. You got red and yellow makes orange, yellow and blue makes green, and blue and red makes purple. Then you mix all of those together and you get brown. Lovely. Just do. It's a lovely thing. And then also the way to make grey in paint is like if you mix brown, pale blue, and pale green. So yeah, that's how you make grey apparently. That's what I was taught at school. But yeah, then there's the other colour wheel, which is the physics one, the wheel of light. So where the primary colours are red, green, blue, which is why your TVs have RGBs and your monitors have RGBs, because it's got the red, the green, and the blue, and they're the different sort of hues and everything. And this is where it gets weird, because it's like you've got, which ones does it make? There's like, I think it's, hang on, I'm going to do some research. Bear with me. Yeah, I thought so. So, in light, green and red makes yellow. Green and blue makes cyan. Red and blue makes magenta. And altogether, it makes white. Now, I've seen someone actually make the argument that the primary colours and the secondary colours in light should actually be the other way around. Because if you do actually mix red, green, and blue, you don't always get white light, basically. But if you mix yellow, magenta, and cyan, you always do, which is, now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Lovejoy, if yellow, magenta, and cyan are made up of red, green, and blue, surely red, green, and blue makes white. Well, yes. But then I've also heard the argument that, like, cyan and yellow will make green, yellow and magenta will make red, and magenta and cyan will make blue in a better way that the others will make them. So, I don't know. Do your research, kids. And not kids, adults. Yeah, that's what you're called. Kid adults, everyone. I don't know. Color's weird. In paint, it's different to light. So if anyone asks you what the primary colors are, you quiz them back by going, which ones? And they'll be bamboozled. They'll go, or they'll go, ha ha, you've caught me in a ruse. And then they'll say, I want to know what the alternate primary colors of light are. And that's when you go, ha ha, I know that. So you're welcome. Anyway, building. So we're going to build this building. I really went off on a tangent there, which is another thing that you can do with circles. Oh, anyway. Got real nerdy for you there, don't worry. So, what is this building going to be? I'm thinking this could be like a blacksmith. So the downstairs will be where like the forge is, and it'll be like a big fun forge, and then above will not be a forge, and it'll be a building, but a big building. And maybe there'll be things in the roof. What are they called? Alcoves? No. The things that stick out. You put them in the roofs, and they got windows in often, and they kind of look like mini roofs that stick out of the roof. I can't remember. Go and ask your contractor. All right. But yeah, let's get building. I have just spent how many hours? Let's think. 2 and a bit, 2 and a bit hours building one build, and I didn't really think that it was taking that long until I kind of looked at the clock. But my goodness, I'm so happy with this building, and it sort of just really looks like a really big building, because it is. But I think it looks really cool. I think it's one of those things where it's like big buildings allow us to put in the extra details that we imagine are on these smaller builds. So I like to imagine that this is what the smaller builds look like in, like, if you were to be able to see them in a bit more high detail. So this is what it looks like. Boom. It's kind of just a big version of this, but like if you look at this and compare it to this is how I imagine this looking. Just, you know. And we've got this area underneath. I think I am really cool, really cool, really happy with this area. I think it looks really cool. So we've got like an A-frame roof that goes all the way down to the bottom with our moss roof. Inside, there is a slight interior here, but here's where there's like a little forge. So you would put the blade or the axe or the pitchfork or something into the lava, you know, and then you'd hammer the living daylight out of it, and then you'd quench it, and you'd have two blacksmiths or toolsmiths or whatever working away in here. And I just think that looks really cool. And the forge area at the back, that lines up with this. So this big chimney goes all the way down to our forge, all the way at the bottom here. We've got the foundation of this upper area goes down as well. And you can see this is where the A-frame is. And I think it just looks so cool. Up the side here, we've got some ivy going all the way up. Nothing going up the side on this one. I had ivy here at one point and I was like, it just looks quite samey. So, you know, I think it's all right to have a side where it's just like that. That's fine. It kind of helps the rest of your details sing. Oh, you know, if you don't have that, it's not gonna, like, if everything has detail everywhere, you're gonna be going like, right, which bit do I focus on? So that's why, you know, there's one bit here. I could have had another one, but I was like, no, I just like having this bit here. That's a bit too long. Yeah, that looks better. And I still haven't figured out what this is called. No idea. I just looked around thinking, the wall, that will tell me. It didn't, surprisingly. So yeah, let's have a quick look, see how big it is on the inside. It's not a TARDIS, so it doesn't get bigger, unsurprisingly. Got this little entryway, goes in. Oh, there's some slight hints of what I would do with the interior on this level and upstairs as well, to an extent. But I just, you know, it's not fully detailed because that's down to someone else who is better at interiors, I suppose. So up here, we've got like little windows that just look out over here. You could, I don't know, throw some rotten potatoes at your neighbour if you didn't like them. Go. Ooh. If you're wondering why I don't put ladders at the bottom, I dropped my phone. If you're wondering why I don't put any ladders at the bottom, that would be because, ignore the bubbling of the lava that's under there, if you can hear it and everything. But yeah, I don't have ladders at the bottom here because if you have villagers in here, they can't access that ladder because they're like, because they can't just jump and go up. So they'll just be there like, I can't do it. It's broken. And then yeah, little window here. Can't have a window here because there's an A-frame roof there. Ladder stairs go up. You got little windows out here. Look, nothing. There's a little room in here. No door for some reason. Not sure why. Another room here. Nice. Another window, slightly bigger because there's, you know, more space available. This one you can see over to here. Look, there's the building that has the other block type. Nice. And then each one of these rooms has a really tall loft space or attic if you're so inclined, and if you can get up the ladder. But yeah, I'd call it a loft. But this one has access to this bit. Ooh, how nice. How quaint. So, moving on to the next build. I've just got to build it first. Here we go. Yippee! I have no idea why I did that bit at the end. The yippee. No idea why. Oh well. What a great noise, right? What a great noise. So, yeah, there was a building here at one point, or at least that was the plan. The plan was to have a building. I couldn't think of what to put in this area, building-wise, and how it would connect up to there, and I thought it was going to look a bit clunky. And then I had the idea of pigs. And, oh, this little guy's having a bath. Oh, see, this is why it's so muddy around here. He's having a bath and it's got it muddy. Yeah, this being... Okay, so this is a muddy area as well. And this is where the pigs wallow. They like to wallow in their mud. Now, what have I... Okay, they're very noisy. I'm going to take a little bit of a step back. So... I could have gone with, like, the browns to be like mud, but my path is brown. So that wouldn't make much sense. So I thought, well, the mud texture in Minecraft is this strange grey, like purpley grey. So I thought, instead of trying to get it to fit, like to be brown and then be slightly different to this, I'm just going to get it to fit with the one that's in Minecraft. So instead, we have this purpley grey brown mud that's there. We have a little covered area with some hay for them to sit on. And yeah, that's one of the little buildings. Little piggies. Oh, I love pigs. This guy's doing a little boogie for us. Oh, never mind. Not anymore. But yeah, there's a little pig farm in there. I just thought that's cool. And yeah, you can get up there. As I said, if there was a farmer, he'd be able to get up there. Well, he wouldn't be able to get up there, but he'd be wandering around doing farmery things with the pigs. Be like giving a little head scratch or something. I don't know. Right, onto this one. Huzzah! Maybe it's where I got into a bit of a groove, or maybe it's where this building's a bit simpler or a bit kind of harder to achieve, so it looks a bit simpler. But I've finished the third building. Basically, what this one is, what I imagine this one is like a meeting hall. So there's no windows on the bottom. Because we want to be in the dark. We want to be meeting and being like, yes, I agree with this. I agree with Brother Samson on what he says. I don't know why they're saying it like that, but maybe they are. But you go in, got this double door, and then there would be like a, I don't know, like a big meeting area in the middle, or like the chief or whoever is the head of this village sits here, and then we've got this upper area where that's where the light comes in from. They'll have torches in around here, I'd imagine. Again, up to the discretion of whoever comes in at some point and does interiors. Have fun. Yeah, everyone knows I don't really like interiors. I don't like doing them, but when I do them, I try and put loads of effort in, which is why it takes me forever. Which is why I don't do them. Yeah. But that is it basically. So there's a couple windows up there, but yeah. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Ah! So that's that building, and I think so my idea is that the roof kind of comes around and meets up to this area, this top bit, and then you have another roof that comes up over the top. It was a bit hard to do because it was on an angle. Would have been easier to do a 90-degree angle, but I didn't do that to myself, it seems, because I like to make life difficult. I'm just getting rid of a few of these pesky azalea bushes that have stuck in. Grr. But like I've tried to accentuate that, like the corners come out here off of the beams. Excuse me, you are not part of the roof. You're part of the block. The bone meal really kind of goes a bit crazy if you don't pay attention to it. But I think it looks cool. It's got the idea. You just kind of have to suspend your disbelief. I still think that's the best building. That's my favorite building. Maybe that's where like the head of the village lives, and then this is just where they come and meet. So like they come over and they wander over, and then they have their meeting in there, and then they go and cuddle the pigs. Yeah, which I put on silent because they were very, very loud. So yeah, now that leaves us with one final job, and that's putting in the trees. So I'm gonna design up a tree, then I'm gonna show you the tree. And then, as if by magic, I'm going to show you all the trees and have it all be done. Sounds good. To you, sounds like a lot of work for me. Oh boy. But I like trees, so this should be fun. All right, so this is my idea for the trees. And I think it's one that's going to, as I build more of them, I'll get better at it. But I really like this idea, because then with the if it was green leaves, it would blend in with the roofs, and that would be bad. We wouldn't want that, especially where I've used a couple leaves as well about the place. So I thought the pink leaves, perfect. Also means I can add in like the petals. Now I know, as we can see, these are actually plants, so it doesn't actually make sense. But we like to imagine that they're the petals falling from these trees, falling down onto the surface. Now I can only put it on like moss, dirt, grass. I can't put it on like the actual like mud blocks because it's seen as a plant. Now, if it was not a plant, if it didn't see this as a flower, and it being the game, then I'd be able to put this in more places. But, alas, earwax. So, we have to do with it what we can. And yeah, I think it looks cool. So yeah, we got like the leaves falling down. I also put in like the big spore blossom thing because I wanted to have a few other particles just dotted about the place, and I thought it'd be kind of cool every now and then to have some green. Maybe it's like the moss, bits of it blowing off of the roofs. But this is the idea. So now, as I said, I will, well, cut and we'll be back. And oh my goodness, all of the trees will be here. Just wait and see. I have been working for quite a while, but I think I've done it. And by I think I've done it, I mean, I have done it. I've put in all the trees. All the trees are in. And as you can see, I think I did get better as I built these. I think the design of them, I was able to improve the design that I'd kind of come up with. And I feel like they've got some air to them. Like there's not leaves everywhere, which is something I like to do. I like to make sure that there is a bit of breathability in these trees, but they all feel like they're the same breed of tree, genus of tree. They're the same species of tree. And you'll see sometimes the leaves have blown onto the roofs when there's moss ones, which I think is really cool. I think it's a really cool effect. We've got it on the ground, we've got it in the fields, it's on the path. I think it just really brings this space together. And oh, I am so happy to say that I have, if I can press all the buttons properly, finished. I have finished my area. I finished the builds. I finished everything I wanted to finish. There was a bit in the middle when I had to take a break because I got ill, and I was also traveling back and forth and stuff and from different places where I thought, I'm not going to get everything done. But I pushed through. I persevered. I made sure to get it done. And yeah, I am so happy with this area. Yeah, I can't wait to see what the next person does. So good luck, Color Tongue. You are the next builder. Good luck with this world. I'll leave you a little message in my build somewhere. You'll have to find it. You'll have to have a wander. So yeah. Before we go, let's have a look at this with a bit more of a higher video quality. Not like shaders or anything, but I'm gonna boost the render distance, boost up the simulation distance so we can get those particles a bit more. And yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I mean, this feels immersive. I like this. I like all the little particles hanging about the place. Of course, I've now walked into a place where there's no particles because there's no trees here. There is a bit of a bald spot of trees, but I still think it looks good. And yeah, look at that. Oh, the way that these petals just fall down. I love that they added that for these trees. I'd love to see it in some others. Some angles of the trees look a bit odd, but let's face it. Have you ever seen a tree in real life that looks amazing from every angle? And if you have, that's a special tree. But you'll probably find a lot of trees that have an angle where you go, that's a bit of a rubbish angle. And that's fine. You know, we can have that in Minecraft as well. I mean, I know that some of these builds will have weird angles where, you know, someone who comes in, whoever comes in, if Color comes in and is like, ugh, well, hopefully you don't just destroy my build, please. But hopefully you'll be able to understand or realize that, or that everyone will be able to realize and everything that, you know, we don't necessarily have to have everything look amazing from every angle. I mean, nothing in life looks amazing from every angle unless it has that golden symmetry, but that's very rare to get. But like, you know, sometimes we have these things where, you know, not everything won't look amazing from every angle, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I mean, look at this building, this big building. We have this blank space. Again, that makes you feel that the detail in the other areas is more impressive, is cooler. There's something about, like, if you have something it's going to be interesting in a few different ways. If you're not messing around with color, make it interesting with shape. If you're not messing around with shape, make it interesting with color. If you're not messing around with color or shape, make it interesting with depth, with layers. So I think that's something that is used a lot in fashion. So it's something we can apply to all forms of art, I suppose. That if we can make it interesting with a different way, we can do that in Minecraft. So we can add this depth. So we've got this depth of color. We've got this we've got this difference in color. We've got this depth in having like different amounts of space and different things, and having these different colors and having it with different heights and different shapes. So we've got all these different things as well, but it's not every single one has a different thing. So this one has a fairly simple shape, but it has a different color. This one has a difficult shape because it's on an angle, has a similar color to some of the other builds. This one has, it's a simple shape, it's a simple color, but because we were allowed to do it bigger, we're able to add in more layers, more depth, more building techniques. Same with our trees. Some of the trees are a bit smaller, so I just mess around with a bit of shape. So we got these ones that overhang. Some of them are a bit bigger, so I can add in a bit more layering. And that's just a simple way to sort of add anything to any of your builds, really. I hope that's something, if you're ever watching my channel, if you're watching these videos, I hope that there is at least something we can do to help you all, or help, including myself, we can all help each other to improve our building. We're not here for redstone. You don't watch my channel for that. You're watching this channel for building and maybe a bit of fun commentary along the way. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my time on this series. I hope I've added something to the world, and I hope you'll watch Color's progress that they make on this world, but also I hope you'll all stick around on my channel and see what else we can get up to. I've got some plans that I want to try out in the future, different things. We've also got my desert world still going along. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, whatever that may be. It'll probably be the desert video. I've got to finish that library, don't worry. I'm still working on it. I'm still designing it, but I had to get this sorted. I only had until the end of the month. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and hit bells. Poke. No, that was Facebook. Facebook was poke. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.